So in this video, I'm going to share with you a drill that I have been doing with my golf swing, but you can adapt it to everyone's specific golf swing. I've been using it so much with my students recently on SKILLEST, and we're going to go through one of my students' unbelievable transformation through doing this drill. It's really quite amazing stuff. So let's show you how to do it too. So I'm John from JChownGolf. Let's dive right into it. So let's dive into this drill and the student transformation I've had as well. So I learned about this drill that we're going to talk about 2 months ago, or this style of drills here. Now, I went for a lesson 2 months ago with my old coach from back in my playing days, Lee Cox. Lee Cox is really more famous for teaching long drive professionals. So whether you've seen this guy on YouTube, which you have to go and watch his channel because it's amazing, Martin Borgomir. Absolutely amazing, does a lot of content with Bryson DeChambeau as well, and also the coach of Joe Miller, long drive guy. So if you guys are into long drive there, you probably know who Lee Cox is. Extremely good golf coach, unbelievable knowledge. So I went to him and I was struggling with a few things in my golf swing. I needed another pair of eyes on my swing. Golf coaches, we need coaches too. So you know, it's hard to look at your own golf swing. So what I was doing, I was up at the top of my swing. I have a nice little bit of left heel lift like you see, and then it took me forever to be able to get that left heel back down on the ground again. Absolutely forever. It'll be about until I was halfway down the downswing when that left heel would finally be down. So way too long to do that movement. I'll be losing loads of vertical force from doing that. As a result, I'd be side bending massively going in the downswing, especially with driver, where if I do that for too long, I'm not going to be playing golf for that much longer because of how much stress that put in the back. So Lee got me doing this drill here, where what we were doing, we were getting into pretty much halfway down the downswing, left arm parallel on the downswing. And what we're doing from there, making sure my weight was in that left side. We're doing this kind of little shuffle, as you're going to see from this little clip I put here. And then what I did from there, I really turned through. So the drill looked a little bit like this. And then I'll go through, no backswing, just get it to the left arm parallel in the downswing, and then boom, swing through. And then what we'll see there is I started adapting that in different ways. I started using my swing plate here to combat and had that right here for my excessive side bend, and still hammering through with a kind of minimized swing. Isolating that part of the golf swing, isolating that point in the downswing. And then we start to see this massively improved area in my golf swing in only 2 months. So I thought that was absolutely crazy. The swing self-organized itself to get me into that position with normal golf swings. Now my left heel is slamming down, starting the downswing, and I'm not excessively side bending. So I've started getting crazy control of my club face. I have never hit driver this good in my entire life. I'm hitting it longer. I'm barely ever missing a fairway. I've had my last round of golf, bogey-free round of golf, which is awesome. Haven't had one of them in a long time. I just can't believe how quick it got into it. So I thought, okay, let me do this with some students as well and tailor it to them, because this is just a kind of drill, a style of drill that was tailored to me in getting my left heel down, pressure left, and rotating through without too much side bend. So let's go into one of my students and what I did with him. So let's look at John here, which is one of my students from SKILLEST online lessons. He's all the way over in San Francisco, and me here in London. We're managing to get a good lesson going. So we've been teaching and we've been working together for probably about 8 months now, I can imagine. It's been quite a while. So we've been working on various things in the golf swing and really getting this swing into a place where he can shallow out his shaft nicely and turn through the golf ball efficiently. We've cleared up a reverse pivot. We've cleaned up how he's turning. We've done a lot. But we wanted to get a drill in there for him, which really gave him the feel of shallowing and turning. Really quite hard to have a drill that does both of those things. So recently I thought, with my success I've been having with this drill, I thought, can we tailor something for John in the same type of way? Something that can, instead of, working on, like for me, with getting the pressure left, that left heel down and turning hard through it, let's see if we can do something for him which can get the club shallowing and turning through the golf ball. So what we started to do is a drill that I have done in the past, but just with a slightly different intent. And this is what's really called a pump drill. But you can also, the technical term of it is segmentation isolation drill. So it's where you're segmenting past the golf swing, isolating it and swinging from there. So what we did from John here, we got him to shaft parallel to the ground. And what we did, we made sure his hands were feeling fairly close-ish to his right leg. We were making sure that his club face was a little bit inside his hands, It's club face fairly square as well. Hips open, chest fairly square on. And what we'll do, we'll swing up and get back to that position again. So into that shaft parallel to ground. So swing up, back down, swing up, back down. And then what we'll do there, if we do that a couple times, and then we'll swing up and hit the ball. So quite simple looking movement there. We're isolating that movement going through the golf ball though, the point where it matters. So us doing a lot of that, lots and lots of the pump drill. We had to have a couple back and forths just to make sure he was doing it right, which is the good thing about SKILLEST. You don't have to wait a month to have a lesson. You can send in another lesson in a couple of weeks and we can have, or a couple of days, sorry, and then we can see how you're doing afterwards and make any small little adjustments, which is what we did to get the pump drill correct. 1, 2, and then swinging through there. And as you can see, they're not always going to be good shots, but it's going to be forcing you to get in the position. Because we were getting the club head behind the hands in this direction, that was taking care of the shallowness of the shaft. Because if I go up to my swing there and swing up a little bit, you can see how that shaft has to be shallow to get there. So, and then with us feeling like we're a little bit open with the hips, chest fairly square onto the golf ball at this position, that's taking care of our rotation. So then when we just swing up, a couple pumps and swing through, hits those areas brilliantly. So with us getting a lot of reps of that, I was very curious to see how John did. And as you can see here, he did very well. He did very, very well. I couldn't believe it when he sent that next lesson in from that. I saw him get up to the top of the swing. Looking great. Shallowing it coming down, and John used to suffer with a really, really steep shaft. Shallowing it and then turning through on a brilliant path. Sweet spot location, how that was traveling through the golf ball was awesome. I couldn't believe it because it's the swing self-organized itself. Positions that we've been grinding on for a long time. Just like that. Going to his golf swing. That's what I experienced with myself. Just like that. I mean, I've known for my own golf swing that left heel wasn't getting down fast enough. But working on a drill where we get where we want to get to and then letting the swing self-organize itself from there did the job. I was quite skeptical, to be perfectly honest with it, because I wanted to know how to get to there. But then if the body just gets enough repetitions and doing what you want, it will start to do it. Absolutely amazing. So you can see with John, it made a huge, huge, huge difference. Started playing unbelievably good golf, way better than we've already were on just this tremendous progress of where he was at to where he was even before we did the drill. And it just shot up with improvement even more after that. It's like for myself doing this drill. You know, I've been shooting under par for however many rounds, last few rounds I've played, inconsistently and barely dropping shots. Unbelievable at how this drill can really work when you apply it to different area. So whether you're someone like John, which I think a lot of you are, struggling with steep shafts, lack of rotation through the golf ball, copy that pump drill I just talked about there. If you're someone like me who struggles to get that weight on that left side, getting that transition started properly, work on the one I did. But also, of course, if you want me to go and tell you how to do this properly for you, that's where SKILLEST, just what we've been doing here with John. It's all on SKILLEST, all online. That's the only coaching I do now. Is online because it's far, far better than doing it in person. You'll have to take a lesson to believe me because I'm not joking around with that. It's such a good way to learn. So, absolutely guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. So, if you have done, click that like button. If you want more golf instruction just like this, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button too to be notified every time I put out a video. So there's going to be a lot of other different content coming over now. We're moving into springtime here in the UK. I can get back on the golf course, don't have a tremendously short amount of window for daylight. I'm going to be filming some golf course videos. You might have seen from the other day, I filmed one at the practice where me just practicing, talking about how I'm practicing. If you guys enjoyed that, there'll be more videos. It's all open to us on what we can do from here. But of course, this is the staple of my channel, is golf instruction just like this. So it's going to be a good 2022. Let's dive into it.